call the work session to order. Agenda item A is a bid recommendation, LA 1902. Who's presenting this? Christy? Good evening, Christy. You have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Public Works prepared the project LA 1902 citywide concrete repair for bidding for sidewalks, pedestrian ramps, and curb and gutter repairs at various locations in the city. At the bid opening on November 16, 2018, 10 o'clock, the city received a total of 13 bids, and they varied from $56,478.10 to a little over $187,000. The lowest bidder is Service O Inc. out of Bowie, a certified minority business enterprise, disadvantaged business enterprise, and a small business enterprise in Maryland. The reference for this contractor, including the work performed for Maryland State Highway Administration and for WSSC, has been verified as acceptable. We recommend the mayor and the city council award the contract LA 1902 citywide concrete repair to Service O Inc. for their low bid, and with $28,521.90 as contingency for a total of $85,000. Thank you. Any questions?
Council, any questions? Start with Councilman Sidnor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you also. Have the city ever worked with this company before?
No, not this contract before. That's why we check the reference.
Okay. Thank you.
Councilwoman Nicholas.
Yes. It just looks like it's such a wide variety of prices. Just out of curiosity, from 56,000 down to number 13 is 187. Did you look at maybe what they? For 187,000, of course, I don't want to select that one, but I'm just curious. With all of these different range of prices, were they all offering? I know it's the same job, but what was so different in these prices? What was the difference in terms of what they were offering to do?
The price coming just sometimes they have the different company have different strategies. Sometimes they use subcontractor, the price will go higher. And honestly, I really don't know why the price will be so different because we have several items. The company A can be bid like item 1, item 2 very low, and other items very high. Mm-hmm. And the company B can bid item 3 and 4 very low, and other items very high. And overall, the price just come in, and but they need to follow the standards. We have the specs for the concrete quality, whatever. They still need to follow the spec and the standards. Okay. And
so let me make a comment on that. Some of this, first off, they're located in Bowie,
okay,
which is closer by in some cases. Mm-hmm. The other thing, they may be doing work in the area already, because if you've noticed, as Christy stated, they do work for State Highway, but they also do work with WSSC. Mm-hmm. So I don't know as much work that's going on around here, whether they could be here. A lot of this is logistics as well. But I did want to point that out. I'm not saying that's all of it, but that is, I think, what you heard from her and what, I've learned over the years is, being able to move stuff in and out.
Well, I agree with the lowest bidder.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Recommendation to purchase Motorola computer-aided dispatch licenses. Mr. Frost.
Good evening, Mr. President, Mayor, Council members. Before you is a recommendation to purchase 3 Motorola Premier 1 CAD licenses. This is related to our move from our current police law enforcement system to Prince George's County's law enforcement system. I think probably 3-4 months ago, we brought before you a memorandum of agreement with the county that talks about how that we will do that and our legal relationship in making this transition. The only expense in this transition is to buy 3 CAD licenses, and a CAD license is a computer license that is where our dispatchers sit, receive the information, type it in, and then send it to our patrol vehicles. The licenses are $14,500. It is a one-time cost in this transition, and as of right now, the follow-on years, we will pay nothing. So we are moving along. We are been meeting with the county, talking about the technology transition, and we're hoping to get this purchased this month so that we can put them on our computers and our dispatchers can start to see what the new software looks like.
Thank you, Mr. Frost. Council, questions, comments, starting with Councilman Sidnor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Director Frost, I sent you an email. I think you gave me, I didn't get a chance to read the next generation 911 system, but from my understanding, you said that this is something that we're going to be using in the future. And these computers right now, will we need these computers today to go into this new project?
Yes. Yeah, and actually, we are building new computers also. But yeah, this software is needed to connect to the county system. And the whole next-gen 911 technology will be at the county level. And we need these computers and this software to connect to that. So we have the benefit of the next-gen 911 technology.
Okay. And any upgrade, you said it's a one-time fee, so any upgrade would come from the county, or would we have to?
Yeah, so the actual software itself is the county. So right now we have our own software, and we pay for our own software annually. And as we transition, which we hope to happen in May or June, all costs will revert to the county. And you will see that in budget discussions. It is a significant amount of money will be savings.
Okay. Thank you, Director Frost.
Councilwoman Nicholas?
No questions.
Thank you. We're ready to move on this one. Mr. Mayor?
Kevin, I'm sorry, I forgot if I asked you before. What about the radios in the EOC or in the command unit? We have to worry about that?
As far as the radio upgrade we just did, those were upgraded today.
Okay, but the CAD system we don't have in the back EOC though, do we?
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's our backup communication center. That software will connect to our dispatch center at the police station.
So we don't need to worry about a license for that?
As of right now, no.
Okay.
We believe the county said they can make that work. Having said that, and you brought it up, there is potential that if it doesn't work licensing-wise, we may have to buy a license down the road for that, but we're trying not to do that right now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Agenda item C is resolution number 2-19.
Okay.
I don't have, I'm just getting on this.
Thank you, Mr. President. The resolution is to create a task force to establish to explore the possibility of creating a no-kill community animal shelter within the city of Laurel. I've been approached several times about trying to establish a no-kill, but I'm very concerned of making sure that the people, we have the property, the land, those types of things that we might need. As you're well aware, the closest shelter for us would be Upper Marlboro. I guess it's Upper Marlboro. It's considered Upper Marlboro, where the center is. And I also think we should probably invite them to participate as well, to talk about that. But in here, you'll see the membership, a task force of 11 members, appointed by the mayor, confirmed by the council. The mayor designate the chair and the vice chair. We do state that the city's animal warden should sit on the task force as a non-voting member, and the task force may consult with the city's health officer as well as the city's veterinarian. All members shall serve without compensation. Looking that once the first meeting starts, to 12 months after that, the report should be done, whether it's positive or not, and that they should look at the type of shelter, types of animals to be housed, the size and possible locations, funding. Can it be operated by volunteers or paid staff? Adoption outreach efforts and operational guidelines. And as stated in here, the task force shall have 12 months. I felt it was important that we bring this forward to the entire council, because I think the entire council should have a say in what we do here in the community when we talk about our animals. You're well aware, I think, Mr. President, that you and Mr. Fleming served on the TNR. You know that there's a lot of interest there regarding that. That's something that might be able to be incorporated into this as well. So that's why I felt the best way to proceed would be with a task force made up of community members. I'll answer any question you may have.
I'll just start off, Council, by saying that this resolution has already started conversation in the community among the animal support folks. I had a conversation with someone yesterday evening who is very excited about the city moving
We'll
forward.
need names. So,
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll have any lack of getting willing participants to support this. And the fact that it's an animal,
if you all want to do it.
the fact that it's an animal, not just cats, not just dogs, et cetera. And I pointed out in my conversation last night that can include, I presume, and Mayor or Joanne jump in, that could presumably be birds. It could be anything, ferrets. But the point is that many folks in the community apparently feel like this is something that is definitely worth moving forward to. I looked at some data from the police department yesterday, I think this morning rather, even though we may not pick up a large number of animals, one going to the county and being euthanized is one too many. So I think this is an excellent way to start this. And I'll start with comments or questions from council with Councilman Sidnor.
Thank you, Mr. President and Mayor. I was wondering how this conversation started. I kind of figured it started from the community, but I wasn't aware that something was going on. So I asked the city administrator to send me some numbers, some stats on stray animals. And thank you for that, Chief. Appreciate that. Wasn't aware we had that many stray animals in the city of Laurel. There's some right around. I don't ever see any, but the police are doing their job and animal control is doing their job picking them up. I guess that once this task force is created, it would create the whole budget, right? The building location, the funding, they have all that stuff available.
They would review different areas. I'm not sure that every single question might have to be answered, but it would be something that would come back. Staff would be involved with it afterwards before it came back to the council with different recommendations. And again, Councilman Sidnor, it may come back that says not a good idea. Right. So, okay. And this really started. When did you all do? When we started
TNR.
When we started the TNR.
What is the TNR?
When Helen Woods came to the city asking about if the city would do a TNR program, a couple things we found out was that did we want to do the TNR program? But then we found out that a lot of our code regarding animals and stuff was not up to date, so we did that as well. And then this has been the last piece of
what is TNR?
Trap, neuter, and return.
Okay.
For feral cats, I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And right now, we have a good group of volunteers that really do all of that for the city, and it has made an absolute difference in our community.
Yeah. I'm told that the number of feral cats in the community is way down compared to the number that we experienced a year ago.
I also think this gives us an opportunity if somebody wants to do an adoption that's right here in the community, those types of things. Again, I think this is, which is why I didn't pin it down to say 6 months. I said from a year of their meeting, they really, to come back and take a look. So, thank you.
Councilwoman Nicholas.
I just want to say I think it's a great idea.
Thank you. So that means that we'll be ready to move forward on this on the 11th. Okay. Yeah. I think on sponsors council, if you all are interested in co-sponsoring this, excellent. Okay. You would? Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, maybe we add a council member to this as well. And I'll raise my hand to volunteer if Valerie doesn't. since I did serve on the TNR
I think that would be good.
task force. Yeah,
I can-
I'd enjoy that.
We can clean this up and get it ready.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We can clean it up and put it on there and get it ready for Monday night.
Okay, sounds good. Is there any other business to come before the mayor and city council? Seeing none, I get a head shake. No?
Anybody want to stay longer? So
Yeah. We can do like the HDC does and just kind of sit around and just talk about stuff. No, I'm just kidding. This meeting's adjourned.
No.